After the longest manhunt in Maine in recent history, murder suspect Robert Burton turns himself in. Good evening, I'm Katie Bavoso. Burton had been eluding police for more than 2 months since police began investigating the murder of his ex-girlfriend Stephanie Ginn-Gibo back on June 5th. We have team coverage tonight, beginning with Chris Vicini.
Well, good evening. This was a manhunt that lasted for almost 2 months, and it ended with a lot less suspense than it persisted with for that period of time. That story live here in Piscataquis County. Back to you in the studio.
All right, Chris Vicini and Dustin Lekowski in Dover Foxcroft. Thank you. The woman accused of stabbing 2 other women at the Bangor Mall in June was set to appear in court today, but was rescheduled at the last minute. Elizabeth Ellis was charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault. According to court documents, the 34-year-old, described as a transient, told police she is not well and had no reason for stabbing the 2 people. She will be rescheduled to appear at a later date. Well, a 4-year-old boy is killed in a car accident on Poland Spring Road in Casco. The crash happened around 6 o'clock this morning. The driver of the vehicle and the passenger, the boy's mother, have serious injuries. Police say a black Honda Civic driven by Michael Minson was driving west. It passed another vehicle, lost control, and crossed the center line. The car left the roadway and hit the utility pole. Police say the impact split the car in half down the middle. 4-year-old Cameron Peterson was thrown from the vehicle and died on impact. The boy's mother, Crystal Peterson, has serious but non-life-threatening injuries. Officials do say speed was likely a factor as they continue to investigate the cause of the crash. Investigators say speed was a factor in another fatal crash in Harrison that happened the night before.
This one's real tough because of the age of the child. And, you know, this is our second fatal accident in 12 hours, where speed was a factor as well. So some of these investigators were covering that last night and are back out this morning covering this particular one.
The Cumberland County Sheriff's Office said it isn't clear if Cameron was in a car seat or not. A child under 40 pounds is required to be in a safety seat by Maine state law. Holton police are now investigating and are looking for 2 people involved in an incident where a 78-year-old woman's walker was smashed and destroyed in her own front yard. News Center's Justin Schreier has this story.
It looks like they ran over it more than once.
Now, Sprague says she would like to thank everyone for their concern and that she is very grateful to the person who donated the walker and would be happy to meet that person in the future. Well, coming up, lead paint can have negative long-term effects, but one multi-million-dollar grant is going to try and help keep kids safe from lead poisoning. We'll have that story. And this week's Buddy to Buddy, we talk about the rare cases of male breast cancer and how one Maine man is dealing with his diagnosis. City officials in Lewiston and Auburn have secured a $3.4 million grant that will help them remove lead paint from housing units. It's an initiative to keep kids healthy. The school system and code enforcement officers say more landlords and tenants are starting to realize the dangers of lead poisoning. News Center's Amanda Hill reports.
Throughout downtown Lewiston, paint is chipping and peeling off of old buildings.
If you'd like to learn more about the grant and whether or not your home might qualify, just head over to our website, WLBZ2.com. Now, I recently had somebody tell me stop saying that summer is almost over, and he's correct. We've got a few more weeks of summer left, and I know that today doesn't really feel like that, but I've got the guy that is going to tell you that summer is back in action very soon. Tom, give me something. Tell me that it's coming back, that warm weather.
Yeah, big time. No, you're right, and we shouldn't say that because there's plenty of summer left, and the heat is on as summer is still in full swing. Katie?
Summer is still in full swing. I love it. I love it. Thank you for restoring my hope, Tom.
You're welcome.
Well, stay with us. Jessica Gagne will be in with all the latest sports coming up on News Center. Tonight, that's all coming up tonight on 207. Having a difficult time tonight talking, but it's one of those days. Thank you so much for joining us here on News Center. We'll see you next time.